Hello everyone, this is Maurice from the Triple M Model Railroad. I got this model from Willis Hobbies, and this is a 484 Union Pacific locomotive, and locomotive is produced by Bachmann. And I already started the work on this model. Basically, father and son came in, and the father wanted to get a decoder and sound for this locomotive. And a young man by the name of CJ, if I believe his name is CJ, uh, he also wanted smoke. So I'm going to see if I can put a smoke unit. As far as I can see, there's no smoke unit in this model. I like the way the instructions stated that it may or may not have a smoke unit, which is kind of weird. Um, but um, but okay. So we will find out if it does or it doesn't. So I already had to do a repair on it, and one of the wires or connectors here were basically broken, and another wire was basically hanging for dear life, and it was for this connector here. So, or the one on top, more or less. Um, so I repaired it as best as I could because unfortunately Bachmann does not have that decoder available. Excuse me, that connector available, which is a real bummer. So I had to rig something. Now I don't know if it's going to be as um, durable as the original, but I have to inform the young man you have to, carefully take these connectors apart when you not using the model, or you're going to pack it away. So, what decoder I'm using? I am using an ESU lock sound decoder, my decoder of choice, and the speakers are from Scale Sound Systems. What I'm going to do, I'm going to basically show you here. Actually going to put the speakers right in that area over the board. Hopefully I got the right one so it actually basically fit without much of an issue. Um, so yeah, so it's going to sound really, really good. I do have a backup speaker just in case that one doesn't fit, but that required for me to take the rear um, panel off, which is that's not going to be easy. They really made it difficult to actually take those tenders apart without breaking anything. Well, that's Bachmann for you. But so I'm pretty excited about it. I'd like to do this for this young man and do it right. And we're gonna take it from there. So we'll be right back. All right, I did a little something extra for the young man. Here I'm wiring up another connection or circuit for the smoke unit and the firebox. And what I've done, actually, let me get some light in there. Let me turn on the light, that would help. Let's see. Okay, give me a second. There we go. Got some light. All right. If you can see in there, I actually drilled some holes. I'm trying to get the light in there. It's kind of hard because it's focusing actually on the wire. That's why. I don't want to focus on the wire. I want to focus inside. Yeah, I don't know if that's any good. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. I drilled some holes through to indicate, the firebox. So uh, let's see how that works out. What I've done, I think he's losing focus, but that happens with these phones. I have a light here, and I have some clear styrene, and I'm going to actually install this light into where the firebox would be. So I give it a nice effect. I think that will work out good. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I got to work on the tender, and I will show you that in a moment, because I did something silly. I wasn't paying attention, and I actually damaged a part of the tender. I mean, it's not terrible, but I gotta fix it. So that'll be next. Come right up. Yep, the soldering iron got to it. Basically what happened was I was repairing this connection over here, and during trying to work with this, the soldering iron got caught up on the plastic, and now I gotta fix it. So how I'm gonna do that? Well, I got some styrene, and I'm gonna cut a piece of styrene and place it. Well, first I gotta sand this all down, and then cut a styrene strip and place it here, and then paint it over, and that should fix it right up. I'm kind of mad that I had done that, but sometimes you work on this stuff enough, you make mistakes, and believe me, I've been making quite a few of them lately. But it'll get done. I'm just doing too much. Well, actually, I'm not doing too much. I'm not doing enough. But anyways, here nor there. So I'm going to fix this, and then we're going to start putting the decoder in place. Now the decoder goes inside of here. All right. This part here, slides out. Not all the way out, but it slides out enough to where you can get. I don't know if I got the camera. If you can see in there, the camera light should be on. Actually, it isn't. Give me a second. Give me a second. Let's get this together. There we go. Move this out a little bit. Try to move it out. Just do it with one hand. Alright, let's slide it out. There's the 8-pin connector there. And we're just going to put that on. And the speaker, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mount it on the top of the tender. So there's enough room for that. And I probably had to make Probably had to make modifications to the cover for this, so I can actually put the other connector through it. Also, I'm preparing. I gotta wait till it finished curing. It's not cured fully yet. Surprisingly, I've done this last night. I used some canopy glue and some styrene, clear styrene, and I'm going to use that for the firebox light. So yeah, so that's the plan right now. So I'm gonna start work on this and try to get this finished up. Sometimes these projects just turn out to be more than what it is. And this has been the theme lately uh, when it comes to these, these installs. Now, of course, I have fixed, I put the styrene in place. Excuse me, I sanded down, with the damaged rib, and then I just placed a styrene right over it. It doesn't look bad. It looks pretty good. I just gotta, clean it up a little bit more and paint it, and that will be that. Now, I decided to take out this board here because when I connected the decoder, the lock programmer didn't see it, and I found out why. The wire, actually the black wire, the negative wire, was frayed at that connection right there where that little bolt is. And so it was coming off the solder, so the connection wasn't pure. At one point, it did try to do something, but since the connection was so poor, of course it just didn't, and it just would not hold on. So I managed to take the rear off, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the positive one, the red wire as well. Actually, I'm going to make that longer. I think they made that wire a little bit too short because I was ganking on this wire with this plate here, pulling this back and forwards, trying to make it simple for myself, but actually sometimes we make it simple, you run into snags, more snags than anything. So yeah, that's the situation here. Let me put this screw somewhere so I don't lose it, because there's actually two of these screws. All right, I gotta find the other one now. But yeah, I believe that is the problem. So I'm going to change the wires, resolder them to their connectors, and see what happens.